but I feel like these some of the most affordable, rugged suppressors on the market. And my first one that I started with was the R9, which is this one right here. And I've ran so many rounds through it. I feel like it's like so versatile. You can do 9mm all the way up to like 350 Legend, 308. I've heard some people do 30-06 through this one also. I haven't done that one yet, but you can run a lot of calibers. You can change the hub on here, add the pistol booster, so you can actually run this on your handgun. It's not too heavy. Certain guns may have issues cycling, so you might have to change the spring in it. But other than that, add a pistol booster, and you'll be able to run it on handguns. Works on like Chris Vectors, MP5s, all of that stuff. And it's a super quiet can. This was my first one. It's probably somewhere. I haven't cleaned it yet. I tried to clean it like regular, but I think somebody said you can use some CLR. I haven't done it yet, but I do need to soak it because it do look kind of dirty in there. But it's super quiet with subsonic, and it does a pretty good job with like, you know, supersonic ammo. So that's the 9mm one, the R9. They do have a 9mm one. It's longer and skinnier, but you can use 300 blackout. Is a lot of different calibers. With this one right here is like one of their newer ones, the Fat Cat, and this one is like a compact can. It's almost like it's smaller than a K can. And this thing right here, I didn't think it was gonna be that quiet. Only thing we can run on here is 5.56 because it is a 5.56 can. We can do 5.7, and we can do 22 Magnum, 17 HMR, you know, all the smaller rimfire stuff, but it's an actual 5.56 can, and it's designed to be, you know, it's wider, but it's shorter. So I like this on SBRs where you're trying to keep, you know, the backpack gun real small. This definitely come in handy. So this thing is short, but it's pretty quiet. So I guess the thickness of it, you know, makes up for it not being super long. And then it got its own special mount. It's like a mini mount, so you can keep that low profileness. That's the Fat Cat. This one right here is the Turbo 2, which they have a Turbo 3, supposed to have reduced blowback. But this is the Turbo 2 right here, 5.56 can. So with this can, we pretty much just running 5.56, 17 HMR, all the rimfire stuff. We ran that through here, 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum. We also ran 5.45 through this, and that's cool. Then we got the Resonator K 30 cal can, 300 blackout, 308, all of that stuff. And you can see that's almost about the size. It's a little smaller than the R9. So that's what I say, if you get a can, that's why this was my first can, because how versatile it was, because it's like super similar to this one, and it's actually a little bit bigger. So we've ran 308, 350 Legend, 5.56. We ran all of that stuff through there, and that's pretty quiet. Because like some of these cans, if I didn't want multiple cans for, you know, multiple shooters, I could have just got like this, and this could have served the purpose of this. And if you can see these little welds, it look like here's the baffles. The R9 actually got more baffles in there than this one. So the R9 could be a little quiet depending on the ammo you're using. But there's the length sizes right there. Next, right here is the Resonator R2. So this is like the big boy version of the K. You can see big difference on size, more baffles, bigger can. So I had to get this. I wanted this one first, but this one was available, and then I had to wait And then I got this, but pretty much the same 30 cal can, just longer. And you can hear a difference. I mean, you should, it's more baffles, but you definitely hear a difference between this bigger can. This might be one of the longest cans, because here's the difference between the T2. So it is pretty long, but it's all of these is like the same width, besides the Fat Cat. Fat Cat is fat right there. So this one right here is the Phantom 22, and this one is for 22, 17 HMR, 22 Magnum, and you can do 5.7 out of here. So, and this is the only one that I have that you can take apart and clean the baffles, which we haven't done it yet, but you can take it apart and clean it. And I wanted this because I didn't want to dirty up my other ones, shooting 22 out of those, and that rimfire stuff is very dirty. So I wanted something I can take apart and clean the baffles with. So this would definitely come in handy. And this thing is, it works on the pistols also. You don't need a booster on none of the 22s. I've done a couple guns with that. No booster needed on there. Super light. Definitely look like it's made out of a different material, a little thinner. So can't shoot 5.56 or 223 through that. It says it on the box. Don't shoot that through there. But the rest of them you can. This one right here is the R45, so this is like the big brother of the R9. I had to get this one when this one came out. See, I got the pistol booster on here, which you got to buy those separate. That's gonna run you probably about another 100. The booster and the, I forgot the other part called assembly or whatever, but they separate. Nielsen booster and then the little hub part. Yeah, they come separate. I need to get a couple more, but all these hubs and adapters, they 50 and up, depending on what sizes you need and stuff like that. But I do need another one, so they come separate. The piston and then the booster. So see how that go, and that helps the gun cycle. Let's see that dirty that is. Yeah, it's getting dirty in there too. So yeah, I want to try the CLR because this other stuff that I seen keep being sold out. It's like a gallon is in a green bottle suppressor, some type of suppressor cleaner. I wanted to try that, and they got a tube and you just sit it in the tube and let it soak. But I think I'm gonna just try the CLR. I don't want to mess no finish up or nothing like that. But you can see like the finish on this one. I got this one super hot, and you can see the color kind of changing. We got it up to like 700 degrees, 600, 700. We was testing out something. And other than that, this one got little scratches, but you can repaint those. But yeah, the R45 can do 308, 10 millimeter, all the way down to 9 millimeter. We done it with that, and it was still quiet. Size difference right there. Let's see, it's shorter than the R2, but you can see it's like a bigger hole. But we've shot a lot through this, so. Oh, we just did 450 Bushmaster, and that was super quiet. A lot of calibers, like mostly all these cans besides these 5.56 cans. You got a lot of options. 30 cal cans and up, you got a lot of options. Anything smaller you can go with. So the last can we had got was the Bad Larry, and that's a 338 cal can. And it's made a little different, like the design looks a little different. So we've been shooting 8.6 blackout through here. No 338 yet. We still working on what we gonna choose on there. And this one I gotta get it hot again to get this stuff off. Some I think a glove melted on it, but it's a little different on the front, different design. These go in and this stuff comes out. So some of these, and depending on the ammo you shoot, I've seen a little flash. I haven't really shot like 5.56 or nothing like that. But this can is wider than those. Not as big as the Fat Cat, but it is a lot bigger, and it got more baffles in it. And that's next to the R45. And here's about, let's see. Oh, it's a little longer than the R2, but it is fatter. So we've shot it with 308. We shot it with 300 blackout, super quiet on the 7.5-inch 300 blackout. So, and then it can go anything else, you know, go down to 22 if you wanted to. So the most expensive one of these on here was the Bad Larry. Then I think it was the R2. Then probably the R45. The cheapest on here, of course, is the 22. Fat Cat is a little bit up there. Only thing else I want to add to this, I kind of slowed down, but I want to get a T3 just cause. And then I'm switching over to some other brands. I like the warranty and I like the durability out of these. And I was sold on all the other brands off the R9. Like if I didn't have to pay tax stamps on each one, I would have definitely bought more R9s, since you can just run them on pistols and stuff like that too.
I see your motivation, I see your movement is in effect, and I fucking love that shit. Let's get 'em.